Not all animals out there are cute and cuddly, and sometimes you gotta watch out for them. Many can be predators and want to eat you, and others are extremely venomous. From beautiful and exotic animals that are a little bit more deadly than you might think, to some of the most feared animals in Africa. Here are the most dangerous animals. Number 15. The Death Stalker Scorpion. It doesn't get the creepy name for nothing, folks. This is the most lethal scorpion out there to humans, and it's responsible for the majority of scorpion-related injuries or worse. They typically feast on insects, earthworms, spiders, centipedes, and death stalkers also prefer to come out at night. It's a very complex venom, which is basically a mix of neurotoxins as well as cardiotoxins, which can shut down the cardiovascular system within hours. One of the more notable species out there is the Israeli deathstalker scorpion that has extremely powerful venom. Some scientists feel as though their venom can prove to be useful to humans as well, but only in small doses. Number 14. The cone snail. This is not the kind of escargot you want to get served at a French restaurant. This is probably one of the deadliest sea critters in the ocean with some seriously potent venom. It displays various patterns of bright colors in order to warn predators, but their venomous harpoons can launch on accidental contact. Not only that, but their harpoons are also pretty sharp too. There have only been 27 reported human fatalities caused by snail venom, so you don't want to try to pick up their shells because you think they look pretty. They release a toxin 1,000 times more powerful than morphine. It's nicknamed the cigarette snail because you only have enough time for one more cigarette after you get stung. That's about it. This photo here shows a live textile cone, which is one of the more dangerous types of cone snails to handle. Number 13. The Saharan horned viper. By looking at photos, many might come to the conclusion that the Sahara is a lifeless wasteland, but this certainly isn't the case and is home to a unique and somewhat creepy wildlife ecosystem. Possibly one of the most intimidating looking snakes makes itself home in northern Africa and has horns coming out of its head, almost like the devil himself. These horns are actually used to protect their eyes while they're slithering through the Sahara sands, and they're also aggressive. This nocturnal carnivorous creature feasts on things such as rodents, birds, and lizards. It's amazing to see how animals have adapted to the harsh climate of the Sahara. The ancient Egyptians used to keep these horned vipers as pets, and some claim that this was a type of snake that actually assisted Cleopatra in taking her own life. Number 12. The Boomslang. Possibly one of the most terrifying snakes, this thing has venom that will literally cause you to bleed through your pores. They have a strange jaw which allows for a unique advantage while its jaw is fully open. Some of the symptoms that happen after the Boomslang bite can be quite startling. A biologist, Carl P. Schmidt, wrote a diary of what it's like, and the whole ordeal sounded terrifying. Symptoms caused nausea and bleeding from the gums, mouth, and in the urine. He suffered from a severe fever, and each time it looked like he was about to get better, it would just get worse. Eventually, he was admitted to a hospital when suddenly he was experiencing respiratory failure. That was only from a baby Boomslang too, and it appeared as though his study was going wrong fast. Currently, there is an antivenom for treating bites from this snake, but it must be administered very quickly. Number 11. The Piranha. Piranha is also something you don't really want to get bit by. The jaws are quite powerful considering the size of the fish, but the razor-sharp teeth are normally what will do the damage. Be careful what body of water you decide to go swimming in. The bite of the piranha measures at 70 pounds of force at the tip of the teeth. This means that the piranha's bite is 20 times its body weight. To put that into perspective, the great white shark's bite force matches its own weight. Native to the Amazon River, these carnivorous fish are known for ripping apart flesh of anything it comes into contact with. There are parts of the Amazon where you'll find nothing but piranhas because basically, piranhas ate everything around them. Number 10. The Assassin Bug. This vile assassin bug is just a complete savage, end of story. Anything that carries around the dead bodies of its enemies is not something you want to mess with. That's basically what it's doing in this photo. There's over 20 dead ants on its back. This bug injects its victims with lethal saliva that liquefies the internal organs of its enemy. They love feasting on cockroaches when they get the chance though. It's also extremely dangerous to humans, mainly because they carry around the Chagas disease. They also do tend to bite people in the face as well. Chances are you won't be too pretty anymore after this thing gets a hold of you. Number 8. Tiger Shark. Tiger sharks are some of the fiercest and most feared predators lurking the seas. They are known for eating all types of animals, including other sharks like hammerheads. Certainly humans will be on the menu if necessary. They're only second to the great white when it comes to attacking humans. Unlike a great white though, however, they won't be done after one bite. They'll keep coming back for seconds. This predator can measure over 16 feet long and weigh up to 1,400 pounds. They get their nickname for the vertical stripes similar to tigers. When these sharks get older, the stripes seem to fade, but that doesn't make them any less ferocious. With advanced senses of smell and sight, these predators will feast on just about anything, including seals, birds, squids, sea snakes, and even old tires. Keep your distance if you can. Number 7. Stonefish. Don't let this clever camouflage fool you. It can disguise itself as well as a rock can, and if you step on it, it could be the most painful rock you ever step on. They carry a toxin that is known to rot your tissue off, cause necrosis, paralysis, and shock. It might even be fatal. You must be treated immediately, which isn't easy, mainly because it's impossible to swim once you get stung. The scariest part about all this is the fact that it looks extremely easy to mistake it for a rock. They're also buried under the sand most of the time. They're also along the Tropic of Capricorn, so be sure to watch out if you're in that area. Number 6. Blue-ringed octopus. Although it might seem more exotic and beautiful than some other creatures on this list, the blue-ringed octopus is something you don't want to come into contact with. This deep-sea creature is extremely venomous, and there's no cure if you get stung. It contains the same deadly poison that pufferfish do, known as tetrodotoxin. There is no anti-venom for this, so once you get stung, game over. They typically hunt small prey such as crabs, hermit crabs, and shrimp, and the sharp beak can pierce through crab shell. Don't forget that the toxins from just one of these creatures can be enough to take out 26 adults all at one time. Even after someone can be brought back to life, they will likely suffer from blindness as a result of the encounter. Number 5. Mosquitos. These creepy little blood-sucking insects aren't going to beat you in a fistfight and definitely aren't immune to their share of predators. However, they are known for wreaking havoc upon humans and spreading horrific diseases. While 90% of these cases are found in Africa, the US and Europe are not immune to the pathogens they're capable of spreading. Since many diseases are found in blood, mosquitoes will carry the blood around, which will be then infected and spread to the next person. Plus, it really does suck to get bit by these things. The mosquitoes emit a pain-killing chemical in order for you not to notice that they're drinking your blood. In fact, the only animal that kills more humans than actual humans are from a direct result of mosquito infection. Number 4. Hippos. People in Africa will tell you it's not lions or tigers people are afraid of, it's mostly hippos. Even though they're vegetarian, these things know how to scare people. If you've ever seen a hippo eat a watermelon before, you would know how easy it is for them to crack through human flesh. They don't even have a ton of teeth either, but they sure are sharp and deadly. Their bite is so dangerous that they've been known to fight off crocodiles and other scary beasts of the jungle. It's not just their dagger-like teeth though that make these animals dangerous. They can easily weigh over 3,000 pounds and can easily take 500 lives a year. That's just what's been documented too. Number 3. Crocodiles. Although a fight between a hippo and a croc would seem rather intense, a massive 15-plus foot crocodile would still be a tough challenge. Crocs still cause about twice as many fatalities as the hippos do, since they're more widespread and have a larger population. If there were the same amount of hippos on Earth as crocs, who knows the kind of havoc hippos can wreak upon people. In any case though, crocs cause about twice as many fatalities as hippos do, and the saltwater kind can do the most damage. While crocs don't typically hunt for humans, we might show up in their diet occasionally when we do stupid things. Number 2. Dogs. We might consider them to be our best friends most of the time, but due to the sheer amount of dogs out there, especially stray ones, dogs will certainly not be an ally all the time. Dogs that are domesticated can still have their wild side come out at times, and if they're not spayed or neutered, they can even be more aggressive. Many dog attacks happen in the country of India, and about 55,000 failed dog attacks can happen every year. If the dog isn't infected and has had its shots, it should be okay. And number 1. The box jellyfish. The incredibly powerful venom this sea creature has is strong enough to the point where it has no natural predators. No one wants to eat this thing either. Not even the Chinese. Almost entirely invisible, the box jellyfish is known to be one of the most lethal animals per pound, and they got the right arsenal of extremely dangerous chemicals to do the job. A sting from one of the nemocysts are known to be so painful that victims have actually begged doctors for euthanasia. They can grow to be about 3 meters and weigh only 4.4 pounds each. Getting stung by one of these will cause your cells to become more porous and excrete potassium, which then leads to hypercalcemia. Eventually, this then leads to cardiac collapse. Vinegar can be used to neutralize the poisons, and protective measures are available. They're widely considered to be the most toxic of any animal, and what's even scarier is that there's almost no way to detect them. They infect the coastlines of Australia, Japan, the Philippines, Thailand, and other places around Southeast Asia. A large number of fatalities from box jellyfish are to children because of their smaller stature. Victims will be in agonizing pain, and a lifeguard will know the symptoms almost immediately. They need to act quickly, however, because the Grim Reaper can arrive in under 2 minutes after a sting, depending on how much tentacle contact.